Hi everybody, my name is Mike and you're here with MTM Hydro Parts today. And we have launched a couple of new fittings which we're very excited to share with you, and those are 15 millimeter M22 fittings. These are proprietary fittings that we have just launched really to combat a couple of major residential washers that have changed their fitting requirements in the last few years. So it takes us a little while to catch up, but when we do, we get it right. So first I'm going to show you an M22 15 mil versus a 14 mil. Now we're going to zoom in from the side here so you can see a little bit better, but what we're looking at is on this one over here, it is a 15 millimeter stem. That's this interior portion. On this one over here, it's 14 millimeter stem. The middle part is the stem. The outer part is the collar. So for a 15 millimeter, it's going to fit products like a Sunjo or an AR, Greenworks, Ryobi, a couple other models as well. The 14 millimeter is going to be somewhat more professional series, something maybe like a Simpson, obviously like any cold water unit that's going to come with an M22, like a Hot Sea or a Cam Spray or any major brand, they're going to likely require an M22 or a plug. So a QC plug like this happens to be stainless, it's on one of our new kits. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is, if you have a pressure washer and you want to make it a QC, these new kits that we've come out with that include some portion of these adapters, they're going to offer you the opportunity to convert over to a QC style. So, on my right, I have a Sunjo 3000 pressure washer. We're not a fan of these machines. On my left is an AR. However, they're inexpensive and they get the job done. They may not last forever, but they are a great option for people that are on maybe somewhat of a budget, or you're looking to upgrade from whatever the stock accessories are. What they send you is not great, so that's where we come in. So for the M22 Coupler, we're going to zoom in on this one. You're not going to want this style, which I'll go over next. You're going to want this one. And so this is a QC coupler by M22 Coupler. One is 15 mil and the other is 14 mil. The Sunjo happens to have a 15 mil. So by looking at these, you can barely see the difference, but if you look really closely, you can actually see one is slightly larger than the other, and that would be this one down here. So you're going to take the 15 mil, screws right in instead of having to use 3 and 4 couplers I've seen. In order to convert it to a quick coupler, it's down to 1. Screw it in until it's tight, just hand tight. You don't have to do anything with a wrench. And then you go to your hose. And you plug it in. And that's it. So it's very easy to use. It comes with all of our new kits that we've just launched. You're going to have one of these in a 14 mil for the semi-pro series of pressure washers. You're going to have the 15 mil M22 for the for the residential pressure washing series. And then you're going to have, obviously, the quick coupler that we have pre-installed for you, and that will be on all hoses. All right, and moving into a different adapter that is also 15 mil and also for residential pressure washers. What we have here is an AR Blue Clean model. I believe it's a 363. Again, this one has the hose installed already, so it's on a hose reel. The challenge with these is that unless you break into the housing, you could potentially break the unit, and where it's mounted to the pump, which is going to be down in this area, because this hose goes down, what you're going to find is that the hose basically is not replaceable. So in that case, you may be stuck with a 20-foot hose, but you don't have to be stuck with the accessories. So if you come to our site or you go to one of our distributors and you buy this very nice setup, an SGS gun, stainless fittings, a nice bent lance, maybe a PF22 foam cannon, you can't install it on this unless you have an M22 Plug by QC Coupler. And this particular M22 receiver here is a 15 millimeter. And so as opposed to the 14 millimeter, which should be standard as we talked about before, the 15 millimeter is going to cover the hose outlet, which is what this is called, of Ryobi, Greenworks, Sunjo, models that are residentially based. In this case, you've already purchased your nice gun and your nice wand. You're going to install the M22 plug into the hose. They're supposed to be a little firm, so that's okay. Go till it's hand tight. And then you can plug your gun in. So it's very easy. Again, we've worked this down from 2 and 3 adapters required in some cases down to a single adapter. There are a number of our distributors that are going to have this, both online and available for purchase in store. But you know where you can always get it, and that's mtmhydroparts.com. Feel free to send us your questions. We're happy to help.